Hey guys, I bet you thought I was gonna miss a day. Tain't gonna happen. Ain't gonna miss a day. But it's been a long day. I started work at 4:45 this morning and I was busy all day. I didn't even hardly take a break. And then I made a cake with my daughter for my husband's birthday, and then I made supper, and then I taught a 2-hour coaching class, and then I just helped my husband. He installed some new lights, so I was helping him do some stuff with that. And now I'm finally here at, what is it, almost 9 o'clock at night before I'm finally getting to my Treadmill Devotions today. I'm usually at 6 in the morning, and here I am. Oh my goodness. So, but I'm not going to miss it. It's day 100 and I just wrote it and I don't remember. 115, 116. I ain't going to miss it. So, May 4th, day 100 and something. I think 16, 15. I don't know. Read it in the post. I can't remember. Duties of the gatekeepers. All right. 1 Chronicles 26, 1 through 19. And I still haven't had supper. Just so you know. Oh my gosh. Oh, I got chili waiting upstairs for me. All right, so KJ, shut your face and read so you can go eat. These are the divisions of the gatekeepers. From the Korahites, there was Meshelemiah, son of Kor, of the family of Abasaph. The sons of Meshelemiah were Zechariah the oldest, Jediel the second, Zedediah the third, Jathniel the fourth, Elam the fifth, Jehonan the sixth, and Elihonai the seventh. The sons of Obed-Edom, also the gatekeepers, were Shemaiah the oldest, Jehozabad the second, Joah the third, Sakar the fourth, Nathanael the fifth, Amiel the sixth, Issachar the seventh, and Peluethai the eighth. That's a pretty name. God had richly blessed Obed-Edom. Obed-Edom's son Shemaiah had sons with great ability who earned positions of great authority in the clan. Their names were Othni, Raphael, Obed, Elzabad. Their relatives, Elihu and Semachiah, were also very capable men. All these descendants of Obed-Edom, including their sons and grandsons, 62 of them in all, were very capable men, well qualified for their work. Meshelemiah's 18 sons and relatives were also very capable men. Hosea of the Merari clan appointed Shimri as the leader among his sons. Though he was not the oldest, his other sons included Hilkiah the second, Tabaliah the third, and Zechariah the fourth. Hosea's sons and relatives, who served as gatekeepers, numbered 13 in all. These divisions of the gatekeepers were named for their family leaders, and like the other Levites, they served at the house of the Lord. They were assigned by families for the guard duty of the various gates without regard to our age or training, for it was all decided by means of sacred law. The responsibility for the east gate went to Meshelemiah and his group. The north gate was assigned to his son Zechariah, a man of unusual wisdom. The south gate went to Obed-Edom, and his sons were put in charge of the storehouse. Shupam and Hosea were assigned the west gate and the gateway leading up to the temple. Guard duties were divided evenly. 6 Levites were assigned each day to the east gate, 4 to the north gate, excuse me, 4 to the south gate, and 2 pairs at the storehouse. 6 were assigned each day to the west gate, 4 to the gateway leading up to the temple, and 2 to the courtyard. These were the divisions of the gatekeepers from the clans of Korah and Merari. Treasurers and other officials, 1 Chronicles 26, 20 through 32. Other Levites, led by Ahijah, were in charge of the treasuries of the house of God, and the treasuries of the gifts dedicated to the Lord. From the family of Libni, in the clan of Gershon, Jehiel was the leader. The sons of Jehiel, Setham and his brother Joel, were in charge of the treasuries of the house of the Lord. These are the leaders that descended from Amram, Izhar, Hebron, and Uzziel. From the clans of Amram, Shubael was descendant of Gershom, son of Moses. He was the chief officer of the treasury. His relatives through Eliezer and Rehabiah, Jeshaiah, Joram, Zikri, and Shelomoth. Shelomoth and his relatives were in charge of the treasuries containing the gifts that King David, the family leaders, and the generals and the captains and the other officers of the army had dedicated to the Lord. These men dedicated some of the plunder they had gained in battle to maintain the house of the Lord. Shelomoth and his relatives also cared for the gifts dedicated to the Lord by Samuel the seer, Saul son of Kish, Abner son of Ner, and Joab son of Zeruiah. All other dedicated gifts were in their care too. From the clan of Izhar came Kenaniah. He and his sons were given administrative responsibilities over Israel as officials and judges. From the clan of Hebron came Hashabiah. He and his relatives, 1,700 capable men, were put in charge of the Israelite lands west of the Jordan River. They were responsible for all matters related to the things of the Lord and the service of the king in that area. Also from the clan of Hebron came Jeriah, who was the leader of the Hebronites, according to the genealogical records. In the 40th year of David's reign, a search was made in the records, and capable men from the clan of Hebron were found at Jazer in the land of Gilead. There were 2,700 capable men among the relatives of Jeriah. King David sent them to the east side of the Jordan River and put them in charge of the tribes of Reuben and Gad and the half-tribe of Manasseh. They were responsible for all matters related to God and to the king. Military commanders and divisions. 1 Chronicles 27, 1 through 15. This is a list of the Israelite generals and captains and their officers who served the king by supervising the army divisions that were on duty each month of the year. Each division served for 1 month and had 24,000 troops. Jeshabeam, son of Zabdiel, was the commander of the 1st Division of 24,000 troops, which was on duty during the first month. He was the descendant of Perez and was in charge of all the army officers for the first of the month. Dodai, the descendant of Ahoah, was commander of the 3rd Division of 24,000 troops, which was on duty during the second month. Mikloth was his chief officer. Benaiah, son of Jehoiada, the priest, was commander of the 3rd Division of 24,000 troops, which was on duty during the 3rd month. This was Benaiah, who commanded David's elite military group, known as the 30. His son, Amizabad, was his chief officer. Asahel, and the brother of Joab, was the commander of the 4th Division of 24,000 troops, which was on duty during the 4th month. Asahel was succeeded by his son Zebediah. Shema the Israelite was commander of the 5th Division of 24,000 troops, which was on duty during the 5th month. Ira, son of Ikesh from Tekoa, was commander of the 6th Division of 24,000 troops, which was on duty during the 6th month. Helez, a descendant of Ephraim from Pelon, was commander of the 7th Division of 24,000 troops, which was on duty during the 7th month. Sibbecai, a descendant of Zerah from Husha, was the commander of the 8th Division of 24,000 troops, which was on duty during the 8th month. Abiezer from Anathoth in the territory of Benjamin was commander of the 9th Division of 24,000 troops, which was on duty during the 9th month. Mahari, the descendant of Zerah from Netopha, was commander of the 10th Division of 24,000 troops, which was on duty during the 10th month. Benaiah from Pirathon and Ephraim was commander of the 11th Division of 24,000 troops, which was on duty during the 11th month. Heled, a descendant of Othniel from Netopha, was commander of the 12th Division of 24,000 troops, which was on duty during the 12th month. Leaders of the tribes. 1 Chronicles 27, 16 through 24. The following were the tribes of Israel and their leaders. The tribe of Reuben, led by Eleazar, son of Zikri. Tribe of Simeon, led by Shephatiah, son of Makkah. Levi, tribe of Levi, led by Hashabiah, son of Kemuel. Aaron, the tribe of Aaron, the priest, led by Zadok. Tribe of Judah, led by Elihu, brother of David. Tribe of Issachar, led by Omri, son of Michael. The tribe of Zebulun, led by Ishmaiah, son of Obadiah. The tribe of Naphtali, led by Jeremoth, son of Azrael. The tribe of Ephraim was led by Hoshea, son of Azaziah. Tribe of Manasseh, the west division of Manasseh, was led by Joel, son of Pedaiah. The east division of Manasseh in Gilead was led by Iddo, son of Zechariah. The tribe of Benjamin was led by Jasiel, son of Abner, and the tribe of Dan was led by Azarel, son of Jeroham. These were the leaders of the tribes of Israel. When David took his census, he did not count those who were younger than 20 years of age, because the Lord had promised to make the Israelites as numerous as the stars of heaven. Joab, son of Zeruiah, began the census, but never finished it because the anger of God fell on Israel. The total number was never recorded in King David's official records. Officials of David's kingdom, 1 Chronicles 27:25-34. Asmaveth, son of Adiel, was in charge of the palace treasuries. Jonathan, son of Uzziah, was in charge of the regional treasuries throughout the towns and villages and fortresses of Israel. Ezri, son of Caleb, was in charge of the field workers who farmed the king's lands. Shimei from Ramah was in charge of the king's vineyards. Zabdi from Shepham was responsible for the grapes and the supplies of wine. Baal-Hanan from Gedar was in charge of the king's olive groves, sycamore fig trees in the foothills of Judah. Joash was responsible for the supplies of olive oil. Shitrai from Sharon was in charge of the cattle on the Sharon plain. Shaphat, son of Adlai, was responsible for the cattle in the valleys. Obal the Ishmaelite was in charge of the camels. Jediah from Maronoth was in charge of the donkeys. Jaziz the Hagrite was in charge of the king's flocks and sheep and goats. All of these officials were overseers of King David's properties. Jonathan, David's uncle, was a wise counselor to the king, a man of great insight and a scribe. Jehiel the Hachmonite was responsible for teaching the king's son. Ahithophel was the royal advisor. Hushai the Archite was the king's friend. Ahithophel was succeeded by Jehoiada, son of Benaiah, and by Abiathar. Joab was commander of the king's army. You got all that? David's instructions to Solomon, 1 Chronicles 28, 1-21. David summoned all the officials of Israel to Jerusalem, the leaders of the tribes, the commanders of the army divisions, and the other generals and captains, the overseers of the royal property and livestock, the palace officials, the mighty men, and all the other brave warriors of the kingdom. David rose to his feet and said, "My brothers and my people, it was my desire to build a temple where the ark of the Lord's covenant, God's footstool, could rest permanently. I made the necessary preparations for building it, but God said to me, 'You must not build a temple to honor my name, for you are a warrior and have shed much blood.' Yet the Lord, the God of Israel, has chosen me from among all of my father's family to be king over Israel forever. For he has chosen the tribe of Judah to rule from among the families of Judah. He chose my father's family. And from among my father's sons, the Lord was pleased to make me king over all of Israel. And from among my sons, the Lord has given me many. He chose Solomon to succeed me on the throne of Israel and to rule over the Lord's kingdom. He said to me, 'Your son Solomon will build my temple and its courtyards, for I have chosen him as my son, and I will be his father. And if he continues to obey my commands and regulations as he does now, I will make his kingdom last forever.' So now, with God as our witness, and in the sight of all of Israel, the Lord's assembly, I give you this charge. Be careful to obey all the commands of the Lord your God, so that you may continue to possess this land, this good land, and leave it to your children as a permanent inheritance. And Solomon, my son, learn to know the God of your ancestors intimately. Worship and serve him with your whole heart and a willing mind. For the Lord sees every heart and knows every plan and thought. If you seek him, you will find him. But if you forsake him, he will reject you forever. So take this seriously. The Lord has chosen you to build a temple as his sanctuary. Be strong and do the work." Then David gave Solomon the plans for the temple and its surroundings, including the entry room, the storerooms and the upstairs room, the inner rooms and the inner sanctuary, which was the place of atonement. David also gave Solomon all the plans he had in mind for the courtyards of the Lord's temple, the outside rooms, the treasuries, and the rooms for the gifts dedicated to the Lord. The king also gave Solomon the instructions concerning the work of the various divisions of priests and Levites in the temple of the Lord, and he gave specifications for the items in the temple that were to be used for worship. David gave instructions regarding how much gold and silver should be used to make the items needed for service. He told Solomon the amount of gold needed for the gold lampstands and the lamps, and the amount of silver for the silver lampstands and lamps, depending on how each would be used. He designated the amount of gold for the table on which the bread of the presence would be placed, and the amount of silver for the other tables. David also designated the amount of gold for the solid gold meat hooks used to handle sacrificial meat, and also for the basins, pitchers, and dishes, as well as the amount of silver for every dish. He designated the amount of refined gold for the altar and incense. Finally, he gave him a plan for the Lord's chariot, the gold cherubim, whose wings were stretched out over the ark of the Lord's covenant. Every part of this plan, David told Solomon, was given to me in writing from the hand of the Lord. Then David continued, "Be strong and courageous, and do the work. Don't be afraid or discouraged, for the Lord God, my God, is with you. He will not fail you or forsake you. He will see to it that all the work related to the temple of the Lord is finished correctly. The various divisions of priests and Levites will serve in the temple of God. Others with skills of every kind will volunteer, and the officials and the entire nation are at your command." Woo! Lord have mercy. Okay. I can't believe I made it through that. What a bunch of tongue twisters when I'm already tired, and then I have to read all those names. Like how tired I am. You can tell I'm totally tired. I saw somebody ask me about my shirt. It's the coaching logo. It's the Trim Healthy Mama coaching logo. Andrea Hall sent this to me. So yeah, I love it. All right, you guys, that's it. It's the end of the day. It is time for, I have to go eat supper. I don't know that I will. I kind of just want to go straight to bed. It's been a long day. I'm tired. I will see you tomorrow morning for more Treadmill Devotions. This time it will be at 6, between 6 and 6:15 tomorrow morning. And then I will cook breakfast. Absolutely. I don't know why I just said absolutely. I just throwing in words that don't make sense at this point in my day. I will be making breakfast after Treadmill Devotions. That's what I was trying to say. I'm getting a little tongue-tied. All right. I love you all. I hope you have a blessed rest of your evening. I hope you have a good night's sleep, and I will see you all tomorrow morning. Happy Tuesday.